Hi there, welcome in. So I've got quite a bit of waffling of energies for the Divine Masculine Collective, Twin Flame Collective. So I thought I would come on and do a read, and they have chosen some pretty interesting decks, two decks only, but very interesting that they would choose them. So today is June 17th. Welcome in. And so let's start with what I was hearing the other day. So 2 days ago, I kept getting this song by Imagine Dragons. I'm on top of the world, right? And it's a very upbeat, happy, you know, just I've made it kind of energy. And then yesterday, it was down in the dumps. It was very emotional. It was a lot of emotional purging. I don't have a song for that, but I feel like the overall energy for the Divine Masculine Collective is okay. Um, they're just starting to feel good about uh, whatever the full moon in Sagittarius at the end of May brought up for them, and this new moon in Gemini that we just had on the 14th of this month. Whatever has come up for them, I feel like like for the most part, they feel like they're in a good energetic space, right? But as things clear out of them, we know the process, right? As things clear out, they could be going all over the place. I felt like really bipolar energy coming through the last few days. I heard that song and I got the King of Pentacles from this deck, which is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Kept flashing in my mind, feeling really good, feeling maybe even like they've taken back their power, feeling great financially. Maybe some of them could have had a a financial windfall of some sort, or just maybe a promise of that. I'm hearing for some, but just feeling very good and very grounded in who they are becoming and who they've become from the situations and choices they've made within the last however many years, right? So that came out. That is not a deck they want me to use today. Interestingly enough, they want me to use the Fairy Tarot for them and the Shaman's Dream Oracle. I would never have put those two together if I could choose them myself, but as you know, if you've watched me for a while, I don't choose the decks. They tell me who wants to bring the message through. So, bottom of the deck, pre-shuffle, we've got the number 22 as the master number. I love that so much. It's the number of union, it's connections, partnerships with the divine, transmuting pain, fool's embrace. That's where they felt yesterday. And it is in the bottom of the deck, so possibly referencing past energy or just more energy that's about to come. It's certainly in the field for them. I just really feel like a lot has been surfacing. I'm looking at my notes here. Success after hardship with that I'm on top of the world song. Bipolar effect, up one day, down the next. Needing new ways to ground the energy, I'm hearing. High sensitivity to sounds due to the amount of downloads that are actually hitting the brain, which is pushing out old beliefs, patterns, and systems, right? So that makes sense to me. Could be also tooth pain because our teeth are transmitters. And we are receiving a shit ton of downloads for sure, collectively. Twin flame journey or not, we are collectively receiving them. So, we know that by the geostorms we've had within the last few weeks. We are coming up on the summer solstice, here in the Northern Hemisphere uh, next, let's see, what was it, 21st, 21st, Sunday. And that's going to be bringing in another surge of powerful energies for us. Just surrender and allow them to move through you. So let's get into it. See where the Divine Masculine, what the Divine Masculine wants to say this morning. Salute. I can take a sip of my tea. I tried not to slurp because I'm a slurper. I like slurping my tea. Especially when it's hot. Anyway, tapping in, thanking my Divine Masculine's energy for assisting with this reading. All right. Will-o'-the-wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. Definitely some, and we've got Dust Devil moving out of stagnation. The energy has definitely been moving them. Some of them may have been in a dark night of the soul for a really long time. Some may be going in as a result of this energy that's moving them and everything that's coming up to the surface. I'm feeling a bit of like of a hermit energy, like maybe a withdrawal, wanting to withdraw, but feeling like the energy is pulling them not to. So there's I'm feeling this tug of war going on. So like 5 of Wands energy is showing to me in my mind's eye. But you know, the energy is moving things that have not been moving in a long time, things that have been kind of like at this standstill or this plateau. You know, you've reached a certain level and then you kind of plateau out, and it's been sitting there for a really long time. The universe, cosmic energies, however you want to view it, are saying, okay, enough is enough. We have a timeline we need this collective to be on. Let's move them. So the energy is definitely swirling some things in up and out of the surface for all of us. Masculine energy and feminine, doesn't matter. We house both, you know that. But I'm definitely just picking up on a lot of what the Divine Masculine energy is experiencing right now. Treasures hidden in the shadows. One of the lessons I'm hearing that they're learning is that it's okay to be in that dark night of the soul. They're, you know, things that they've not wanted to look at about themselves, about this connection with their divine feminine, about why they're here on this planet. That's all being brought up to the surface because it, again, like I said, it's time for it to be acknowledged, recognized. Okay. On the pre-shuffle for the fairy deck, which was an interesting deck for them to pick, I've got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. Things are changing and they can feel it. There is a definite shift. 5 of Pentacles. Some of them coming out of maybe this mindset of why is this happening to me, and moving into let me dive into why it's happening for me. What is this silver lining? What's the treasure in this? Like that Will-o'-the-Wisp says. Some of them may be getting their finances right. There is something here with the finances, the 5 of Autumn, 5 of Pentacles. It's, you know, whatever has not been fruitful is about to become fruitful. And we've got the I've got to look at I've got to think, okay, the Prince of Summers is a knight, the Prince's knight. Knight of Cups coming in with the Chariot, wanting to come in with some very heartfelt sharings. Let's just put it that way, sharings. And I love the dandelion here because, oh, you can't see it on here because I've got the 2 fairies over here, and he is offering her a dandelion, one of those little, just one of the little seeds that comes off the dandelion after you blow it. So I love that. That's cute. That's so sweet. Anyway, so there is, there's definitely an offer that wants to be extended. Maybe an olive branch wants to be extended to the divine feminine. So divine masculine, let's see. We've got the temperance energy, balance, the Sagittarian energy, healing going on here with Archangel Michael's energy coming in for sure. This is, it says, take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. I feel like maybe the divine masculine might feel like that there isn't a lot of time, or maybe they've wasted a lot of time. We'll have to see what else comes out. But things coming into balance, some healing coming in from the universe for sure. Oh my goodness. Okay, not all these. All right, this fell out. Ace of Pentacles, yeah. Definitely getting ready for a new opportunity. I feel like my chair is not right. As long as I don't roll away, I'm good. Oh. All right. Oh, now my wheels shifted. And there's that hermit energy. Yeah, they're learning a lot. So I love that. So the astrology right now, Venus just moved into Leo. Mercury is in its pre-shadow phase. Uranus in Gemini squared the lunar nodes almost a week ago. We have the new moon in Gemini. Friday the 19th, we have Chiron enters Taurus. So we start a brand new 8-year cycle where we have been looking at ourselves with Uranus in Aries for a long time. Now this next 8-year cycle is about healing the relationship with our self-worth, with our body. Do we feel safe? Do we feel grounded? Do we feel stable and protected in our physical vessels? Healing the relationship with our money, right? How we make money, but more about how we view our own worth. So there is a lot of wisdom coming in for the divine masculine. What are they worth? What's of value to them? Healing what's not, and where they've stayed in situations or jobs that really don't give back what they're finally realizing their worth, right? We do have this one sticking out of the deck, Six of Swords, moving on from moving forward with a lot of wisdom that they gain being in the hermit mode. Like I said, some of them may be diving into that hermit mode right now, feeling that that's I'm hearing the safest space for them to be in right now, and that's okay. So their energy may be pulled back. Definitely moving forward. Some of them recognizing they're on a healing journey. Justice coming in. We've got 3 major arcanas already and only 5 cards. So things are definitely balancing out. We've got the balance with the Temperance card and the Justice, the scales of justice here. Whatever's not been in balance, the universe is making sure that it gets into balance one way or another. Well, definitely as per your soul contract, right? Some of them, and I say this every time, but some of them, if they're in a marriage, there could be moving on from that marriage. The Ace of Cups, moving toward this beautiful opportunity to express their emotions. I'm also hearing that expressing their emotions and opening their heart up is liberating. It frees them. Of course it does, but they're recognizing that. So 2 aces, 3 major arcanas. loving this already. So this could be, yeah, this could be a beginning of, you know, the new chapter for the divine masculine, maybe even with the divine feminine. We'll see what else comes out. But we've got the Seven of Pentacles. This comes out almost every time I read for the Twin Flame Collective. So again, Seven of Pentacles, 7 years. We've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So 7 plus the Ace is the 8 of Pentacles. We've got the new 8-year cycle starting with Chiron here in Taurus. Definitely that next 8-year chapter, and the Justice is an 8. Feels like it's a very healing journey for the Divine Masculine Collective. I'm hearing on one side, I'm hearing taking the bull by the horns, because, you know, being offered these two opportunities with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, that's part of that I'm on top of the world song that I was feeling. It's like they're good, they're ready, but I feel like they recognize where they may feel ready. There's still some healing to undergo here, some just balancing these new energies, because remember the Divine Masculine has been, you know, working toward this for a very long time. It's a new plane. I'm hearing Plane. It's a new plane for them. Heart open, ready to make changes. Finishing what I started. This is what I heard. Finishing what I started. And that could mean anything. It could be maybe they wanted, if they're in a connection, maybe they wanted a divorce years ago and they just didn't go through with it for whatever reason, because there was more to learn, right? And that's okay. And now it's like, okay, now I'm going to go through with that. Or this could be in referencing as well to the Divine Feminine. Something occurred maybe 7-8 years ago that started with you guys and then suddenly ended. They had to move on for whatever reason. Again, the reason is pretty normally to grow and to learn and to evolve, right? For both of us, right? So there could be a returning to look at the seeds they've planted years ago. Whew, I just got this huge wave in my heart space. I do want to say that they are having a really difficult time. Sorry, I think I just ate a cookie before I turned on the camera. Probably shouldn't have done that. Really hard time grounding, keeping their energy grounded. It's like so this new energy is really pulling them like this, which is a great thing. It's evolving them. It's elevating them. But when they're up there, because it's new energy, they feel a little flighty. So staying grounded is really challenging right now. Like whatever they used to do, like even just feet on the ground or even hands on the ground, and just getting out in nature, it's not doing it for them. There's definitely a search for different methods. I'm hearing there's the Two of Cups. Well, so Divine Feminine, I want to say to you, in their search for new methods to help them ground, they may be tugging on your energy a little bit. to say, hey, I kind of need your help here. Not for you to do it for them, but for you to energetically remind them, or even if you're physically communicating, to remind them, look, you've got the power within you, and we are one energy. Let, just feel into that and let that ground you. Let the truth ground you. Get into your heart, get into our heart, get into our soul. But definitely beautiful. I love the Two of Cups that when it comes out in a twin flame reading, for sure. With the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. So there's a new opportunity to really ground this in the physical, right? To ground this love. And twin flames, among other things, are here to change the template of relationships for the collective, to ground Christ consciousness, the love, into this earthly plane, to light up the grid from their geographical points. Let's get a final card here, and then we can clarify a little bit. I kind of have a question going in my head. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, no, we'll take them anyway. They slipped up. Look at that. We've got 3 aces. So if you watched the last twin flame reading I did in the June message and the June twin flame collective reading, we had the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. The one that was missing is the Ace of Cups. This time we've got the Ace of Cups, because the Ace of Swords has already been given. There's clarity and there's truth, and now there's something being done about it to balance out the energies, to make things correct in universal terms, is how it's coming through for me. So we've already got the ace here, the Ace of Swords, but now we've got the Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. A new beginning, a new spark, wanting conversations. I'm hearing something about boundaries here. So, here this makes the 8 of Wands. So the energy is going to definitely start picking up. You may start feeling the Kundalini rising again, Divine Feminine. But in a very different manner, because I'm feeling like this with coming out with the 7 of Wands here. It feels to me like the Divine Masculine wants to come forward, but because of the Temperance here as well, they're recognizing that the Divine Feminine has set some healthy boundaries for the connection. So when they even have a thought, which doesn't happen often anymore, but when they have the thought of coming toward the Divine Feminine in the same energy as they left the Divine Feminine, there's this energetic that happens within the field that says, I can't do that, because they're coming up against the Divine Feminine's healthy boundaries, right? And they don't want to push against that. They're recognizing as well with the Hermit here that these boundaries aren't, how do I want to say this, Spirit? So what I'm hearing is these boundaries, these healthy boundaries, are set by the soul contract that you both agree to, as the one entity before the division, for lack of a better word. So it's like the universe, this energetic, it can't, it cannot allow that old energy, all right? Because I feel like I want to say that right now, and we're the space that we're in, is the lessons that were learned from the uh, weak boundaries that we both had because of human 3D experiences. They've been healed, for lack of a better word. So this is the divine masculine wanting to come through, but recognizing that there are boundaries that I feel like he wants to, he or she, doesn't matter, but that's how I teach about this, or I speak about this. It's like they want to, there's a recognition of those boundaries, not just for the divine feminine, but for themselves. I feel like the divine masculine could also be implementing some very healthy boundaries that pertain to other areas of their life, with their friends, with their work, with themselves even, because and look who's on the bottom of the deck, the Empress. Look at, you can't, shit, man, you can't make this up. Look who's on the bottom of the deck. Nine of Pentacles, right smack in the middle, looking good, looking good, looking good. Stability, self-worth. This Chiron and Taurus, I feel, is going to be quite beneficial for counterparts in these next 7 years. Look at that. Ah, dang, I love that. So, but we're not done. We are not done. So, okay, I'm not going to overtalk that. So three aces, loving that. So divine masculine, I have a question. What was going on with the waffling of emotions? Can you clarify for us? We get the on top of the world, then we get the next minute, it's like sobbing and this longing, this ache, this heartache, this just wanting to be comforted and yeah, I want to say divine feminine because I'm sure majority of you watching are divine feminines. I want to say that what I'm picking up is your divine masculine has not had a hug in a really long time. And they're needing that right now. So if you can energetically, send, which I know you can, so just send them some tenderness, some comfort, because some of them are having a little bit of, there's so much changing, I'm hearing. So I asked the question, what was going on? The world around them, number one, is changing. The world within them is changing, and it's a lot. It is a lot. They are closing out, many of them are closing out a cycle. The High Priestess, the Two of Pentacles as well. So I'm feeling that a lot of maybe some telepathy is getting louder for them. Could be some psychic abilities. We have, I love the 212. You may be seeing 212. 222. I just realized that was a 2 as well. So if this is resonating with you, you've been seeing 222 on the timer, on the clock, on receipts, on license plates. It's one of the numbers. I want to say 111 as well coming through here. We got 2, 2, 2, and 2 showing themselves. And then we had the 22 card show itself earlier. So yeah, definitely union on their mind. Union on their mind. We've got the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups coming out again, wanting to show itself again. Oh, wow. I'm just going to repeat what I'm saying. I'm hearing the Divine Masculine say, I don't feel equipped for this. I don't feel equipped for this. there are moments I don't feel equipped for this. It's not an overall feeling. It's just, that's why I'm getting this wave, the Two of Pentacles, the waffling back and forth. One minute I'm on top of the world, the next minute I'm down in the depths of myself, and needing to, just trust my intuition and surrender to everything. But there's this a little bit of a feeling that they're just not equipped. What else? Three of Wands. But there is something new that they want to move toward. A lot of them are in the planning stages, for sure. And the Strength. Yeah. There's another 11. There's another master number here. So we've got, 111, 1111. You know the drill on these numbers. Synchronicities are definitely picking up for the Divine Masculine as well. And I can say that because they're asking me, they're pointing it out to me. I'm seeing them all over the place. So Divine Masculine is really tapped in, turned on, tuned in, however, to the frequencies that are coming in for them and to this connection. It's like it's been dialed up. I'm hearing it's been dialed up after a really long time of things not moving or seemingly not moving. And we know that Seven of Pentacles, when you plant a seed, we don't see a lot of what's going on under the surface, right? But there's been a lot going on under the surface for the last 7 years, at the very least, right? 7, 8, 9, 10 years, possibly. So just keep that in mind. But the Divine Masculine, I feel, is coming through and saying, I'm recognizing that because I'm seeing things from that length of time, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, coming through and coming back to the surface. Talk to me about the Justice here. Smack dab in the middle, Divine Masculine. Oh, that's like half the deck. Put those back. Let's clear this up. Mail truck, dogs are out. That's never a good combination. 10 of Wands. Oh, it's been a long, heavy process. They're letting go of something, that's for sure. Some of them are seeking counsel, I'm hearing. Getting advice from friends, maybe a lawyer. The Justice is also coming through as they're recognizing that they've been nose to the grindstone for a really long time, and they're lightening up the load because this energy that's coming in for this connection for the Divine Masculine, it's not letting them not give it attention. It's like they can't not. Queen of Wands here with the Justice. Seeing a whole new side of themselves, I'm seeing. Yeah, Six of Cups. There's a lot of reminiscing coming in. There's a lot of there's been learning. Well, yes, yearning and longing is what I wanted to say. That old energy coming back up to the surface because, like I said, this Divine Masculine collective just needs a hug. They need to know. They don't need the validation. They don't require the validation. They just want and need a little bit of comfort right now. They're feeling that disconnect with the Divine Feminine, the physical disconnect, especially if you are not in union. There is a new journey wanting to start, but first and foremost, there's some stuck energy. The Tower, Eight of Swords, and where are we going? The Nine of Swords. There's some stuck mental energy that's being cleared out. It's like I watched the movie Hoppers the other day with my grandson, my youngest one, and where I don't know if you've seen it, but they were blowing up the dam, and that's what I'm just being shown here. Um, they this big tycoon came in, blew up the dam that her and her grandmother built and helped build for the with the beavers years ago when she was a child. They blew it up to put a highway in. She went and got the animals back, brought the animals back to the area. They built a dam again, and then it was blown up again within seconds. So it's like that's what this energy feels like to the divine masculine, and it's like something comes up to the surface, then bam, something gets blown to smithereens, energetically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever it is for them. And then they just start feeling, okay, I've got my footing, and then bam, something else hits them. Divine feminine, you certainly know how that feels, right? So they need a hug. They just need some comfort right now, and they are longing for the divine feminine's energy to be next to them, for sure. It's like you are the balance. You are the balance. Look at that. Yes. Number one, when an ace comes out when I'm speaking, that's the truth. You are the balance, divine feminine. But look at what we have here. Truth, clarity, wanting to take action, open heart, wanting to ground something, knowing their worth, knowing the worth and the value of this connection, the worth and the value of their divine feminine, wanting to respect the healthy boundaries, wanting to move forward with those healthy boundaries into a new energy. 4 aces, divine masculine. I can't recall. I think I've had it maybe once in the 2 years I've had this channel. 4 aces. There's clarity. There's truth. There's a conversation that wants to be had. For sure. I think I brought through the last time that they wanted to clear the air. But first, before they can clear the air with you, Spirit and Universe is clearing the air around them and within them, in their 3D experience. So let's just take a look at that for a moment. Talk to me about your 3D experience. What? Okay. All of them? Okay. Spirit saying, yep, all of them. They'll make sense in a minute. All right. I hope so. So yeah, 10 of Swords. Endings. Endings are occurring. We have 2 sets that came out. This one set is the Page of Swords and the 5 of Summer, the 5 of Cups. They're getting a lot of that's interesting. I'm getting aha moments with this. The Page of Swords is it's like truth about the past, truth about disappointments are being brought to their attention, is how that's coming through. Then we've got the 8 of Swords again with the Knight of Wands. Getting out of stagnancy, getting out of something or an energy, at the very least, that they've been stuck in. Really pushing and pushing and pushing. I'm seeing, I don't know why I'm seeing this, but I'm seeing like dogs with a dog sled in Alaska, the Iditarod. I'm seeing how the dogs start off and they've got a tug before they can get their momentum to pull the weight, right? And there's how many of them? Eight dogs, I think. But I don't know why that's coming through. That might be specific for, one person. But there's this, they're pushing, they're keeping on, keeping going. I don't know how that wants to come out of my mouth, but so they're really clearing some things, clearing their minds. They're getting shit done is what I'm hearing. I like that. Clearing the past as well, getting clear on the past, telling themselves the truth about the past. Clearing some debris on the past debris, whatever that is. Could be, like I said, a connection, a job, a friend group, something. But I like the swords here because it tells me that they're in the right mind. Yes, their hearts were open, but they're using their mind and their heart together. Masculine and feminine energies, as together. They're balancing. They're really doing the best that they can do at this time with the knowledge and that they have here, and the wisdom. Anything else you want the Divine Feminine to know? We have the Page of Cups. So we've got a few pages as well. We've got 1, 2. Oh, maybe we don't have them. Oh, 3. 1, 2, 3. Which one's missing? Page of Wands. So the one that's missing is the good news card. So it's not quite ready for a communication just yet. But there is a desire. There is definitely a desire. There's the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Heart open. All right, final messages with this tarot. Divine Masculine. What do you need the Divine Feminine to know about where you're at? Two of Swords. Yeah. Just hearing, fighting the old. Like the mind just, some nights the mind just doesn't shut down. And they have to shut it down. I guess I want to say that some of them are maybe numbing the mental noise, however they need to do that. But it's a lot. It's like just when they think they know what to do, something happens and they're not quite sure. So in this exact moment that I'm reading this right now, that's where they're at. That's just where they're at. Doesn't mean they're going to be there tomorrow. Doesn't mean they're going to be there in 5 hours from now. But in this moment, this is where they're at. They want to come forward. They want to have some communication. They want to make these offers. They want to accept the offers from the universe that they're all these 4 aces that the universe is offering here. And again, I'm just hearing they don't feel equipped for this, but they are. They've just got to believe in themselves a little bit more, and they will. Divine Feminine. It doesn't happen overnight. Certainly does not happen overnight, but you've laid the groundwork, Divine Feminine, so don't forget that. And Divine Masculine has laid the groundwork for aspects that you're moving through right now. So, okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, I love that. So I'm hearing this. I'm hearing this. Hang on here. So I'm going to speak as, so I know I'm taking, it might take me a minute, Knight of Wands, but union is what I want, Sun. I want a new start. I want a new beginning. I want to create magic. I want to create whatever it is that we're meant to create here. They know it's going to be successful. They recognize that those of them that have been caught up in their ego, we've got the Devil card, the Chariot, Three of Cups, those that have been caught up in third party situations, whether that's people, jobs, whatever, they know that there's a need to move out of that, to transcend the ego. Like I said, some of them could be just entering a dark night of the soul, which is where the ego goes through its healing process, right? So we're going to get another card from this deck that we used in the beginning for the final message. So, all right, well, there you have it. Definitely a lot going on, but man, it's big because you got the 4 aces, right? Oh, that's way too many. One card, please. Final message from the Divine Masculine for the Divine Feminine. Oh, again, we got 2. We got Beloved, Radical Acceptance. It's a burning heart. Their heart burns for you, Divine Feminine. You know that. They know that. And Stars in the Sky, limitless possibilities. I feel like this is where their human is moving toward, but their soul also already knows that you guys are infinite. Anything is possible. And it's funny because now I'm remembering my dream, or in the astral last night, my Divine Masculine was saying something about miracles, and I kept seeing a Magician card, and it's not this one from this deck, but I kept seeing that in my dream space. So they know that this connection is written in the stars, and I just want to remind you. Yeah, what did I say earlier? It was channeled through something about the soul. I don't know, I might have to go back and look. It doesn't matter if you're watching this, you know, but yeah, don't try to look for it, Mary Jo. I'm trying to put my brain there, and I don't want to be in the brain right now. So, all right, I'm going to leave it there. Beautiful message, I feel, from the Divine Masculine. Like I said, the energies have been all over the place. I just needed to see where that was, and Spirit said, yep, let's do it, because it is a little bit, it's a lot for this Divine Masculine collective. So I'm going to leave it there. Love you so much. See you next time.